Hey fight fans, welcome back to the Fight Book. This is the Indian accent guy back with all the interesting fight updates to keep you up to date with the fight world. Today we have around 6 new UFC fight announcements and 1 fight announcement outside of the UFC. Plus we also got the rankings update after UFC Shanghai card. So let's start this video with the rankings updates. After beating Yang Mingyang, Johnny Walker is up 1 spot to number 12 in the updated light heavyweight rankings. The man he beat, Yang Mingyang, slips down 1 spot to number 15. Then Aljamain Sterling, who in the co-headliner beat Brian Ortega, moves up 2 spots to number 5 in the updated featherweight rankings, and he is now a top 5. The man he beat, Brian Ortega, slips 2 spots to number 7. Then fought in the preliminary card Charles Johnson, who beat the previously undefeated Loner Kavanagh. He keeps his momentum continue and moves up 2 spots to number 13 in the latest flyweight rankings. He has even took over Ramadan Temirov, who had beaten him in his previous fight. But anyway, it's just another loophole in the ranking system, but I'm happy for the energy. Then in unknown UFC Shanghai rankings update, the revolving door at the number 15 spot at lightweight spins again. Joel Alvarez returns to the lightweight rankings at number 15, pushing Mauricio Rafi off the list. If you don't know, Joel Alvarez have officially stated that he is moving up to the welterweight division and he is not returning to the lightweight. So I don't know why they put Joel Alvarez back in the lightweight division. Anyway, Rafi, who drops out of the rankings, is trying to claim the number 13 spots next weekend when he faces Benoit Saint-Denis. Then lastly, from the UFC Shanghai card, Kiefer Crosby calls out Mark Goddard on Instagram for not giving him full 5 minutes to recover from that illegal knee. I think he doesn't know that he is the one who gets to pick if he needs more time or not. Anyway, let's move on towards the official fight announcements. 2 fights are added on UFC Perth card September 27th, headlined by Ulberg vs. Reyes. Both are welterweight bout, and the first one is between veterans. Neil Magny will take on the hometown favorite Jake Matthews, who is currently riding 3-fight win streak. The fun fact is that Matthews never won more than 3 fights in a row in the UFC. On the other hand, Neil Magny is coming off his win over Eliseo Zaleski dos Santos, the prospect tester, taking vets in back-to-back fights. Then the second welterweight bout is between Oban Elliott, who will be taking on Australia's own Jonathan Makhachev. Makhachev is a Contender Series vet coming off his debut win by a unanimous decision in February, while Oban Elliott had started his UFC career with 3 straight wins, which win streak was broken in his last fight against a debutant. After these 2 fight announcements, now there are currently 16 fights scheduled for the UFC Perth event on September 27th. If all those fights remain intact, the event will set a new record for the most bouts on a single UFC card in history. The previous record was 15, which has happened on 6 occasions. Another 2 bouts are added on UFC Vancouver card October 18th, headlined by Derrida vs. Hernandez. First one is a lightweight bout where Drew Dober will return against hometown favorite Kyle Pripolek, who had accepted a short notice fight against BSD at UFC 315 and lost that, and now he is fighting Drew Dober. So basically he may be sacrificed in his own country twice in half a year. But there are also doubts on Drew Dober as well, who is currently riding 3 fights losing streak, so he is probably fighting for his job against Pripolek. The second one is a bantamweight bout. Charles Jourdain, who had previously announced that he is fighting on this card, now his fight is announced. He is fighting Davy Grant. Jourdain is coming off his successful bantamweight debut, earning Performance of the Night bonus in round 2 guillotine choke win, while Davy Grant is currently riding 2-fight win streak and he is 4-1 in his last 5 fights. Then there is a Jordan Levitt who has announced that he will be fighting on a UFC event on November 8th. He did not announce his opponent's name, and UFC have also not announced their event on November 8th yet, but it would probably be a Vegas card. Then last UFC fight announcement is not official. It is rumored but strong rumored. It will be strawweight championship bout between number 1 contender Virna Jandiroba versus number 5 ranked Mackenzie Dern. It is a shocking news, a shocking rumor, but it does make sense. Current strawweight champion Zhang Weili is currently in talks to move up and fight Valentina Shevchenko for the champ status, but as the UFC's current practice that they did against Islam Makhachev, the champion who is moving up will have to vacate his belt. So I think this rumor is true, and Zhang Weili will be moving up to fight Valentina Shevchenko, and Jandiroba versus Dern will be for the vacant strawweight title. Jandiroba is currently riding a 5-fight win streak, while Dern is coming off back-to-back wins over Lupi Godinez and Amanda Ribas. Then the fight that is announced outside of the UFC is also related to the UFC. Do you remember Igor Severino, who is infamous for biting his opponent Andre Lima, where Andre Lima had got the first and only bite of the night bonus? That Igor Severino had joined Octagon after that incident and had got a win. Now he is facing 2023 PFL Europe Tournament champion Khurshid Kahorov for the vacant Octagon Bantamweight Championship. The two will meet at Octagon 78 on October 18th, the same day UFC Vancouver, Canada. Anyway, now let's talk about non-fight announcements update. First update is from No-Show UFC 3 headliner. Diego Lopez responds to Gene Silva's takedown bet after almost 2 months ahead of No-Show UFC 3, and he has declined Gene Silva's bet. Gene Silva basically had called him out that he is putting his whole purse against Diego Lopez, that Lopez would not be able to take down Silva. But Diego Lopez did not accept this bet. Then next update is from UFC 320 headliner Magomed Ankalaev, who says the rematch with Alex Pereira will be much easier than the first fight. He says that he wants Alex Pereira to be in great shape so that after their fight he has no excuses. The co-headliner Merab Dvalishvili also sends a message to his opponent Corey Sandhagen ahead of their fight, and he warns him that he is going to knock him out. Then there is Volkan Ozdemir, who calls out Jan Blachowicz for UFC Qatar on November 22nd via Instagram. There is currently no fight announced for UFC Qatar card. Then there is Khabib Nurmagomedov with another interesting breakdown of the welterweight division ahead of Islam's 170 pounds debut. He says in the welterweight division, he sees Shavkat as someone who commands respect and brings real risk. Then there is Bilal Muhammad, and then there is Jack Della Maddalena. Habib says no one else can beat Islam Makhachev. Even he talked about Ian Gary and says that Gary would be an easy fight for Islam. Then there is Uncle Chael Sonnen, who claims Ilia versus Paddy is a bigger fight than Ilia versus Islam right now. But he also says that if Islam wins the welterweight belt and then comes back and fight Ilia Topuria, it could be bigger than that. But currently Ilia versus Paddy does a bigger gate than Ilia versus Islam. Then there is Paul Hughes, who says that he would call for an immediate trilogy against Usman Nurmagomedov if he wins the rematch and becomes the champion. He wants their trilogy to happen at Belfast in a stadium. Then there is Sean Strickland, comes in defense of Raja Jackson, the son of Rampage Jackson, after the incident of him allegedly trying to kill a pro wrestler. Strickland says jail time would not help Raja. Instead, he should pursue rehabilitation. Moreover, that wrestling promotion is encouraging its wrestlers not to cooperate with the police. Anyway, if you want to read Strickland's whole tweet, pause the video and you can read it. It is long. I am ending this video right here because now you are completely up to date with the fight world. If you want to stay updated, stay subscribed, like this video, share your thoughts in the comment section, and yes, do give your feedback as well in the comment section. That is important. And if you have already done it, do whatever you want.
Hey, this is not how we do stare downs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.